Now, back to PTR Radio.
Spectacular group of men. You go find them, you throw your arms around them, you give them a big kiss on the mouth.
This is PTR Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. Couple weeks down and ready to get back into the groove of things. It's a new year, 2022. So, you know, everybody done writing 2021 on your checks now? Checks aren't really a thing anymore, right? Nobody really does that.
2022.
Yes.
Depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah. So, welcome to PTR Radio, here where we don't take anything too terribly seriously, and we talk about the fun stuff on the internet. That's what we decided before the show. That's what we decide before every show. And so if you're looking for political commentary, if you're looking for CDC information updates, if you're looking for, you know, where to buy a good used hat, this is not the program for you. And make sure that you wash that hat first, because a lot of them have lice in them. You wouldn't think that, but Craigslist hats, big lice. Big lice. Never. It's like a used condom. You just shouldn't buy it. All right.
So speaking of the year, have you heard the saying now? People are saying that we should just call it 22.
No, because those would be dumb people, and I don't talk to them.
Because if you say it's 2022, then it sounds like you're saying it's 2020 Part 2
as well.
Exactly.
Right.
Well. Again, we're not going to get serious, but it pretty much is. It still is. We're still in 2020. This is 2020, the third episode.
December 726th, 2020.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. So, for those that are curious, Mike is feeling a little under the weather, so we're going to take it easy on him today. We're only going to talk about subjects which he has an interest in, and we're not going to upset him at all. You know, everything.
That's all right. Because listen, Mike's going to be drinking. I don't. At this point, I could care less. I got to sleep tonight, so
yeah, it's a good idea.
I can't confirm it, but I may have it.
Yeah,
just saying.
And we put out, for those of you that are fans of our Facebook and Twitter, you saw something. That was pretty cool. If you don't follow us on social media, you missed it.
I'm actually surprised you didn't use that as a theme song tonight, to be honest with you. I got a neighbor across the street. I'm bringing in the damn garbage can, and my neighbor across the street, she sees me, and she goes, "I loved your video." Oh, my God. What? I look on Instagram, my damn videos. Now I have like maybe 12 followers on Instagram.
You're blowing up now, aren't you?
My real, last time I looked, I'll look now just to get a up-to-date.
Oh.
Come on.
Mike,
it's been viewed it's been viewed over 3,100 times. I have 109 followers.
Oh, man. You're going to be an influencer soon.
I'm not going to be an influencer. These people are. I did get a couple of new followers, and they're going to be very disappointed when they realize I don't post content all the time. And listen, this was like a silver bullet, once in a million freaking thing. So
haven't had this since Tiki Time or some other ones that we won't get into.
Yeah, we're not going to get into the one that's going to keep me from ever running from office.
Nope, we're not going to get into that one. So, but I do have a new game because Christmas happened finally at my house. I have a new game. It's called Shit Happens. So, you know, we'll be playing that a little bit later. We're going to play a modified version of it for the show. But first off, there's been a couple of... We got off of mentioning notable celebrity deaths because of a lot of different things, but I think it would behoove us to discuss just a little bit, or at least mention, that two celebrities near and dear to the show's heart have passed away here recently. So, Betty White passed away. which really it's, she died before the new year. Sorry if this is the first time you're hearing about it, but she did, and it was, I don't know. That was what, America's grandma? Is that what we're going to call her?
Yeah. To be fair, okay, when Betty White passed away, even if you were nowhere, you could have been off the grid and you felt something. The entire earth wobbled at that point. Yeah. Because that was heard around the world. I mean, 99 years old, 17 days, I think, before her 100th birthday, People magazine already had sent to print the 100th birthday special for, I think it was People magazine, but one of the magazines, because like the day after, it hit stands like a day or two after she died.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there was like a big Fallon events in theater Betty White thing that was in schedule. They're still showing ads for it, so I guess they're just going to go ahead and go with it.
Well, and supposedly they said that they're still gonna air. The show must go on because Betty would have wanted it to, and they're gonna frame it as a celebration of her life. I get that. What's sad is now it's coming out that what was it, 5 days before she passed, she actually had a stroke.
Yeah,
and ultimately that's what was the cause of death.
Yeah. I mean, my wife asked what she died of, and I said, obviously, speed. I mean, that's what it had to have been. I'm like, she was a hardcore drug user. That's what it. No, I'm like, no, she died of old age. She was elderly. I mean, you get to a point where things just do stop working, But she was beloved by most of America. Turns out, born in Illinois. Boy, we'll find some reason, even if you were just here for a few minutes, we'll claim you. And, so yeah, Betty White, long-time discussion point on the show. But then also, Mike, you had a fascination with Full House for a long time. That was your steady, it was between Full House and Saved by the Bell. You were alternating between those two. And then yesterday comes out, Bob Saget passed away in his hotel room. That
one, I'm still in shock over this one.
I think a lot of people are.
He performed the night before.
Yeah, I was.
This one concerns me. This one really concerns me because it's coming to light now that last week he did an interview where he said he was recovering from COVID.
It's really bizarre because I'm like 4 months behind on this one podcast that I listened to, and they had just day before I heard this, I had just listened to an interview with him before he ever got sick. So he was very upbeat and bright and like punchy, and he was looking forward to getting back out. He was going back out on tour. He was engaging with people, and I mean he was talking about how his new tour wasn't as blue as the old one was, and I mean he was just very much into it, and for lack of a better term, sounded very alive. All right, very very here in the moment, and then to hear today. Or yesterday that, while he was on that same tour, he passes away alone in a hotel room, which typically is a bad thing, right? We've never heard a celebrity was found dead alone in a hotel room without ... being attached to it. But in this case, it appears like it was just, heart failure is what they're chalking it up to from the latest report that I read. He was found cold and unresponsive significantly after checkout of a hotel that he was staying in. So,
they even said that he was found on the bed, his right arm just pretty much laying just like this.
So it sounds like if I was to imagine the scenario, he probably was startled awake in the middle of his sleep because his chest was going off, hit him like that, and then back down he went. Which, okay, that definitely does happen. My brother-in-law had a similar thing happen to him. He woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, grabbed his chest, went running down the hall, told my sister-in-law that, his heart was beating 1,000,000 miles a minute, and then boom, on the floor. And he was gone, and there was nothing anybody could do. And so that does happen. We wish it didn't, but it does. So our thoughts go out to both Betty White's family and friends, as well as to Bob Saget's. And the story that I like best was Carol Burnett was talking to who was it? She was talking to Vicki Lawrence, and had mentioned that Betty White's personal assistant was with her when she passed away, and evidently Carol Burnett and the assistant know each other well enough, and the assistant shared that Betty's last words were of her husband when she passed. And, it just makes you think that, maybe somebody was waiting for her.
Yeah.
There
were a lot of people waiting for her.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So I think it was, it was a good article to read, because even though you're sad, it gives you a little glimmer of hope. As the assistant said in an interview, I don't think Betty ever feared passing because she always wanted to be with her most beloved husband, Alan Ludden. She believed she would be with him again. So it is as much as we're going to miss her, it's let's all hope that is what she ended up with. So, all right, on to more entertaining news. Now, Mike, we have had a long-standing discussion here about fakin' bacon. All right, we do not appreciate when people mess with a good thing.
So look, here's my problem. I have come, in my elder years, I've come to accept the fact that there is a place in this world for turkey bacon. Not anywhere near me, but there's a place in this world for it.
There's a special place for turkey bacon. Gotcha.
And I will eat turkey bacon, but don't try and pass it off as real bacon. Just like, if you tell me you're making me a bacon cheeseburger, don't put turkey bacon on there and think I'm not going to notice.
Right. Well, that would just be wrong.
Right? If you tell me I only have turkey bacon, is that okay? Well, at least you're telling me up front, so my expectations are tempered properly. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't want a turkey bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich.
You don't want
you got two things on there that I don't like tomatoes either. So
you don't want a TBLT.
No, while you're at it, throw vegan Mego on there and really watch my head explode.
On avocado toast.
Actually,
now he's thinking, can I make up?
Well, keep the real bacon and avocado toast BLT. I don't know, that might have merit there.
You experiment and let us know, because we won't.
So the issue has always been, and then I started getting pissed off because turkey bacon was the first, but then they started making turkey sausage, and turkey burgers, and turkey started infiltrating everywhere, and was starting to piss me off. And then cauliflower started creeping in. Cauliflower pretending to be mashed potatoes for all those Atkins freaks. Cauliflower pretending to be tater tots. Pretending to be pizza crust. And again, there's a place for it. Not by me, but there's a place for it.
It doesn't need to pretend to be anything. It is something. It should just not be there all the time.
Exist.
Yeah.
So, where we're going here is Shaggy pointed out this story. It made me realize there's a lot of people from my past that need to be put on notice that the summons is coming. You are going to be sued because apparently this is called this falls under a felony offense called food tampering because you have misled me into thinking I am consuming something that I am not.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know what Mike may be allergic to, especially. You might kill him trying to make him eat healthy. Wouldn't that be ironic?
Stranger things have happened.
Not that way.
So, you know.
So, what happened here is this woman's roommate was swapping out stuff with vegan alternatives. So now, okay, let's go ahead and talk about this for a second. If you sign on to be my roommate and you are vegan, there are going to be some serious clauses added to that lease to make sure that all of your vegan stuff is A, clearly labeled, B, kept in its own refrigerator away from mine, C, color-coded so I know never to touch anything purple, D, never to be cooked in any of my pans in fear that you're going to complain it can no longer touch meat, E, you are never going to complain about the smell of meat in this house. I mean, and all of these will be immediate, gotta go offenses.
Yeah. Reminds me of Tommy Lee Jones in, I can't remember what, it was one of those movies, and he's in charge of a house full of cheerleaders, and
man of the house,
and they're going, "You're cooking meat in my lentil pot," and he goes, "What's a lentil?" So, you know.
Yeah. Want some Camu flakes? What is that? Ancient grains. It goes great with soy milk. No, I do not. And he sits down with the pizza. What is that? The carnivore. While they're all eating their salads and shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's a mainstream movie.
Now, Dune, just to be fair, I don't mind hummus. I know what it is. I didn't used to like it. I also didn't used to like broccoli. I also didn't used to like coleslaw. My tastes have evolved, or lack of taste. I will eat hummus. But
it's better if it has bacon in it.
Well, I will admit that I prefer the red pepper spicy hummus.
Yeah.
You know, this way it's got some flavor.
I asked for the bacon-filled hummus. Hold the hummus.
The hell you get filled hummus?
No, is it? I'm just saying, bacon-topped hummus. Hold the hummus.
Oh, topped hummus. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, okay. Vegan or deer hunter? Vegan or living correctly. I mean, that's the two choices on the lease there. You know. Do you know me? Okay, I respect people that are vegan. Just don't try and push that shit on me. It's like religion.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
I would say if you're going to feed me something vegan, it actually better be hummus based because that's actually going to be pretty good. But don't give me any.
No, listen.
Based.
No, tofu.
No, tofu. You can you want to see me start flinging stuff? I will throw an entire cruise ship if you try and give me tofu. I mean, I will turn into the Hulk. Tofu, no, absolutely not. Crackling soy protein, no. Get it out of here. I don't want nothing to do with it. An Impossible Burger, I'll eat it. Beyond Burger, I'll eat it. Don't tell me it's a regular burger. Tell me what it is. Don't lie to me, because then you're getting sued. That's
from now on.
Plain and simple.
Litigation comes easy. You know.
That's right. We'll settle out of court. Don't worry.
So
may not have to work ever again.
So, Mike, speaking of court, though, I mean, we talked last episode about how your desire to sue some Farrah Abraham over a copyright infringement of your idea.
No. It wasn't Farrah. It was one of the other ones. One of those other teen moms that was selling her farts in a jar. She wound up in the hospital. Okay? Wound up in the hospital because she tried to overproduce from the factory. She was running the assembly line at 115% for far too long. And output was suffering, so she wound up doing damage to the machinery and had to go to the hospital. So now she's scaling back.
She farted herself to the critical care? Boy.
I don't know exactly what the hell she did, but apparently she did a fair amount of damage to, or she thought she was having a stroke because she had such bad abdominal pain. And it turns out if you eat enough beans and roughage and stuff, you will clog yourself. Well, and I think she was just
too much fiber.
Yeah.
But not to be outdone, though, there's someone who is upstaging her, which what she's doing here, so, I thought was actually illegal.
Yeah, I think it is actually. Farrah Abram, who was the teen mom that went on to do porn, by the way. So if you that kind of brings a little more irony to this whole story that she's jarring her own poop and selling it. Because
so
that's where she was. That's where her porn took place. I mean, I think it was called Farrah in the Back Door or some stuff. I don't know.
Okay, so a bit of quick Googling. In the U.S., sending something like feces through the mail is illegal. However, it's completely legal to use FedEx or UPS.
Okay.
So as long as she chooses to go brown, then she's okay.
There's some irony there as well, huh? But I mean, I guess this is kind of like people that sell like used underwear and stuff. I mean, there's fetish. If you got some kind of sick fetish, I mean, there's a Reddit subreddit for you out there. I'm sure there's a section of Craigslist that
there's a kink for every. You know how they say there's somebody out there for everybody. Well, there's somebody else who shares their kink, no matter how bizarre it is. If you only like, short, peg leg, one-eyed, blue-haired, transvestites, there's somebody else
Flying
out
purple
there
people eaters
who like the same thing. It's just I can't imagine. Imagine you live in an apartment complex and you go to get your mail at the same time as somebody else. All right, and you're like, "Oh, I got a package," and you can't wait to open it. And then Ron, the guy who lives downstairs, is standing right next to you, going, "Oh, what'd you get? A new Nintendo Switch game or a new Xbox game?"
Oh, that's Farrah. Oh, smell. Oh.
It's just insane.
I just...
I don't
Now, you know what the worst part about this is? You know, she's got some Instagram junkie assistant
Oh, yeah.
who's responsible for actually jarring this stuff.
Well, and there's somebody who's known as her social media director who is in charge of marketing. FerrisPoo.com. I don't know. I don't know how it's marketed exactly, but it's just...
I don't understand. I truly do not understand. And this is not something that I am interested in expanding our empire into. Let's be clear about this.
This is one advertiser I would probably tell no. Even though we've never had a paid advertiser on the show, I think if they were to call up and say, hey, listen, have we got a deal for you? We know your reach and we know your demographic, and they are exactly the kind of people that we're catering to. I'd go, are you sure you have the right show? I know our number and Tucker Carlson's is really close together, but I think you got the wrong show.
Did you not hear us making fun of you?
yeah. Maybe you didn't download the
we
latest episode.
We are not your demographic. Mike Rowe wants to advertise with us? Absolutely.
Yes.
This? Hell no.
No. She's selling videos of herself defecating for $100 a piece. I mean, everybody poops. We all know the book. Not everybody charges $100 a pop for
it. Everybody usually pays.
Does she charge by? Well, does she charge by the pound? Imagine
the declaration at FedEx and UPS. I hope she does her own shipping and labeling, because if she's got to take that into some place, imagine she takes that in to like one of those, we pack it, we ship it places. She just shows up with a box full of jars and says, "Hey, I'd like to ship these, please."
But here's my question though, because if she charges by the pound, then and that's how you would market it. I'm pretty sure that my diet means that I would be more efficient. No, we're not going to do that. We are not. Absolutely not. I want nothing to do with this.
I was looking up poo by the pound to see if it was a thing. It could go with Bath and Booty Works. It could be the next.
Do not buy that URL. Do not. Because even if you just had that URL, poopbythepound.com, and you redirect it to PTR, do you realize what kind of freaks of nature that's gonna get watching or listening to? No, absolutely not. You might as well buy QAnon.com and point that to PTR at this point, you schmuck. Don't you dare.
It is available for as low as a penny.
I don't care. Don't you do it.
No,
don't you dare. But while we're talking about advertisers, we can segue into another. This is an ideal match. Farrah.
Oh yeah.
Farrah.
Her cross-marketing.
Crap in a jar.
Her cross-marketing people ought to get to busy.
With Taco Bell.
Yes.
With the Lovers Pass subscription service. Now,
we talked about this when it was in beta, and now it's going...
I'm not suggesting that they mail both the taco and the jar in the same package.
Which one is the ground beef? Which one? Which one is the refried beans?
That's disgusting.
So yeah, we talked about it when it was in trial markets.
Papa Blair, I think
farts weigh nothing.
I think you may have missed. We have moved on from the gaseous to the solid. Hopefully there is, but now with the introduction of Taco Bell, we could have a liquid. I'm not sure.
Well, depends
on what taco you get.
If you had the mild or the hot, it could be plasma. You just never know. So Taco Bell is making its Taco Lovers Pass subscription service available throughout the country. So its Netflix-like 30-day subscription service will be available exclusively on the Taco Bell app across the U.S., expanding a 2021 pilot, which was in Tucson, Arizona. So $10 a month, customers can buy the pass on the app to access a 30-day subscription. Once purchased, customers will be able to unlock a secret category on the app where they'll be able to choose one of 7 tacos per day and redeem it at a restaurant location. Okay, so do they get to pick one taco out of 7, or do they just get like a random 1 out of 7? So okay,
I believe you get to pick one.
So $10. So I don't like tacos, but how much is a middle of the road taco at Taco Bell now? What, $2?
I think like
I mean,
okay. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. So all right. So I mean,
Colin is checking. Now,
the cheapest taco is $1.
The cheapest taco.
Okay, so
is $1.
So $10. How much is the pass? $10 a month.
$10.
So $10 a month. Even if you got the cheapest taco, that's $30 worth of food for 10. But this is so. Let's be real, okay? Nobody is going to roll up to Taco Bell and get a taco.
Right.
No.
This is an add-on to your regular order.
Okay. The only person that would be doing this is, I mean, now this is kind of like,
well, here's the tacos that they're including: crunchy supreme, soft supreme, spicy potato soft, Doritos Locos, and the Dorito Loco Supreme. I don't know. Do people buy just one Dorito Loco Supreme? It's got a lot of words, so maybe it's bigger. I don't know.
No. The only difference between that and a Supreme is that the Dorito Loco, the shell is a Dorito, and as opposed to just a corn shell.
Yep. But I can tell you that a Doritos Locos Taco Supreme would cost $2.69.
So beef, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, and sour cream.
Now, okay, not saying that this is ideal, but I would buy this subscription. Like if I knew there was like a homeless guy hanging around, at least here you go. Here's $10. Somebody who's really poor, I could see them doing this, and that's at least one meal, a taco a day. At least you're getting something.
Except it's an app on your phone.
Okay, well,
it's not like a card.
And see, okay, well, I guess that kind of makes sense to keep somebody with my idea going and buying like 10 cards.
Yeah, and just get
the
10
hand
tacos.
Out and just, yeah.
But they're looking to capitalize on digitization to connect with its customers and gain loyalty with special online-only offerings and deals. I've gotten really tired of every time I pull up to McDonald's going, hey, would you like to earn rewards points by using your McDonald's app today? I'm at the speaker. Why would I want to then pull out my phone and use an app if I'm pulled up at your speaker? It doesn't make any sense.
I have been earning rewards points on my gas at Speedway for probably 5 years now, and I still have not redeemed a single point. So very soon I'm going to get gas, and they're just going to be like, here's the deed. You own this station now.
Well, see,
you have enough points.
Yeah, I mean, see, there's one around ours, which is Road Ranger, which basically by joining their reward zone, you get 3 cents off every gallon all the time. And then occasionally they will email you a special little thing you click on to load it to your card where like, okay, your next fill up is 6 cents off or 10 cents off or, whatever. Mm-hmm. That's a useful discount, right? That's something I can see directly affect my pocketbook. I don't have to earn points. I don't have to buy Marlboro jackets. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to have cheesy swag.
Hey, guess what? In the state of New Jersey, it's illegal to do any kind of points or anything that gets you a discount on gas.
Well, yeah, you can't even pour your own gas. I had to explain that to my wife when we went through New Jersey.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean you can't get out and get gas?
My sister shops a lot at the grocery store that gives out points for, buying, buy this thing, you get, so many cents off a gallon. Oh, she always loves posting on Facebook that, they got almost free gas this month because of that kind of thing. So it's just like, yeah, I can't imagine being in a state that just has no discounts.
But I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Jersey sucks. Anyway,
do you still get cheaper gas at like a Sam's Club or a Costco?
Oh yeah. Oh God, the Costco and the Sam's Club, the gas stations. It's not that much cheaper. Like maybe 3 cents a gallon or 5 cents a gallon, but the lines. People are waiting on lines like you got a chance of seeing the second coming of Christ, for God's sakes. I don't understand. I have never, with a 20-gallon tank, to save, 3 cents a gallon, 60 cents?
Yeah.
And you're going to wait?
You're gonna burn more than that waiting in line. Yeah. I always love those people.
I was in St. Louis, and Sam's one I think was a good 23 cents cheaper a gallon. So yeah, I saw one of those lines. It was crazy.
Speaking of the second coming of Christ, boy, never thought that would be a segue I would use. Opting for pets over children is selfish and takes away our humanity, says Pope Francis. Now, Mike, I know this is probably gonna hit a chord with you, because you've decided that you're gonna have fur babies.
Forget the fact. Okay, now I'm gonna decouple.
Okay,
a stance here. Okay, the first, if I'm not a fan, I've taken less of a shine to calling them fur babies or fur children or fur kids. They're just family members at this point. All right, they're family. That being said, for a pope that took his name from Saint Francis of Assisi, the patron saint of animals, got a lot of freaking nerve. This is just another thing. This is not the week to get me talking about this. Listen. Who are you to judge me? What is it? Matthew 2, Matthew 2-13. Do not judge, lest thee be judged, or something to that effect. I'm not a religious person, but I know it's something around there. I'm paraphrasing. I know it's Matthew something because I looked it up, but it appears all throughout the Bible. But here you're going to judge those of us who choose not to have children because we know we probably can't afford to give them the life that they deserve, and we don't actually, like this world enough, trust this world enough to raise a kid. So we're being selfish, but the people who are pumping out a unit every 10 months because it's the blessed way that's
yes. And yeah, I mean, it is a crazy stance to take. You don't want to have kids, don't have kids. There's too many people in this world that have kids that don't want kids. So I'm not going to complain about anybody that doesn't have kids, that doesn't want kids. They're just doing what they want, And yes, there's plenty of animals which need love and support. One listener, Teresa, I'd rather have a house full of pit bulls than of children. Well, don't be the crazy dog lady. All right, nobody should become the crazy cat lady or the crazy dog lady. We don't want that either, because nobody wants to go in and clean that up when you're gone. But yeah,
selfish and takes away our humanity. Really? And by the way, in that picture that happens to be up there, how come the Pope's not wearing a mask?
Well, I'm sure
everybody else in that picture is wearing a mask.
I don't know. I'm not looking at a picture of him with a mask on, or with a crowd. But I'm sure that he is definitely more than the recommended space away. Although, there's plenty that also aren't. I know at our church, at least, the preacher walks onto stage with a mask on, takes it off while he's doing his sermon, and then puts it back on before he exits stage. Now, the closest person's like 20 feet away.
Yeah, and that's fine. I get that. Now, of course, there is a joke in here that was commonly made on Twitter that, the Pope said that because, priests don't touch dogs.
Yeah.
None of us really have. I guess you are. Anyway, they're always saying, "Oh, the priest can't marry and have kids because of blah 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 blah." But everybody not having kids is selfish. So I'm like, so why not revisit the priest being able to marry again? Because
that would be more kids. Yeah. Yeah. And this isn't the first time he's made comments like this. He talked about in 2014 about couples prioritizing pets. He also made a comment in 2016, which was later called into question, regarding pronouncing that animals go to heaven. Evidently, all dogs don't go to heaven according to the Catholic Church. I don't know, but that's. I would see there's some movies that that would contradict that, but.
Don't tell me how to live my life. That's what it boils down to. That's the theme here. Don't judge me.
That is kind of his job. So.
Yeah, his job is to judge people and tell them how to live.
Yeah.
it's
tell you what,
requirements.
Pope, when you start paying taxes, Mr. Pope, then you can have an opinion there, Pope.
Yeah, wait a second. So the guy that doesn't pay into the school system says you should have more children. And the guy who does pay into the school system but doesn't have children says, get off my lawn. There's a little hypocrisy, or parallelism here. I don't know what the hell to call it. But there's something here.
I guess technically he does pay for his own church system, but that's a sad point.
Oh. Yeah.
That gets into a whole other debate we just don't want to get into as a show.
No, but you know what we do want to get into?
I'm not going to read it, but yes.
I believe that's Ezekiel 12:3. I'm not sure.
What do I do for a living? I work at Mind Your Own Damn Business, and they're hiring. Would you like an application?
So, speaking of old things, as I was discussing...
What are you saying?
The Pope, not you. So I was talking to my wife about a comeback. There's a historic comeback that's going to happen that hasn't happened since we were children. Crystal Clear Pepsi. It's coming back. It's going to make a resurgence again. For the 30th...
we were children.
Well, okay, early teens. Teens.
It was 92 or 91. When was it? When did it come out?
Okay.
Or when did it go away?
Well, I was a teen. 92 is when it came out. Was discontinued in early 94. So I was 17.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think it was around that long.
It was around for 2 years. 2 whole years. Actually, not 2 whole years because it was early in 94. Released in 92 or discontinued early 94. but it's making a comeback. It's coming back for its 30th anniversary.
I don't understand why. Am I the only one that thought Crystal Pepsi was absolutely disgusting?
It was just regular Pepsi without the coloring. It was not any different.
No, it tasted different.
Well,
it absolutely tasted different.
So the caramel flavor, or the caramel color that colors Pepsi regular does have some element of flavor because it's basically burnt sugar. So it was different.
Yes. But post a pic of you from the 90s using hashtag #ShowUsYour90s or hashtag Pepsi sweepstakes for a chance to be one of 300 to win Crystal Pepsi. So they're only making 300 bottles of Crystal Pepsi, according to this.
That's not a comeback.
It's not a comeback. No, I want them just to put it on shelves.
They're probably not even going to make it. They're just going to sell it as NFTs.
Oh, God, it's funny because I was watching the South Park episode. Have you watched South Park lately?
No.
Now that it's on Paramount. So they haven't been doing regular episodes. They've been doing Paramount Plus episodes only. And so they've been doing like mini movies, like an hour-long South Park show. And one of them was in the future. They fast-forwarded everybody like 30 years. And Butters is basically a con man selling NFTs around town. That's his superpower. His superpower is convincing people to buy NFTs and making them go broke.
I have no idea what an NFT is. I can honestly say I was going to say of the three of us, I feel Colin will be the first to own one. I don't know why. If Disney sold an NFT.
Oh, here, hold on. Let me see here.
20 years ago, a friend of mine was saying, "Oh, I want to try to get into this." He wanted to get into Bitcoin, and I just kind of poo-pooed it back then. I'm thinking, man.
Yeah.
Back then, I'd actually, took one of my machines that was sitting around, just had it mining Bitcoin. I wouldn't be working anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure that your logic is very good here, Colin. You should have done some Bitcoin back in the day. Maybe NFTs is going to be the next big thing.
Now, I still think I was right about Bitcoin. It's just everybody else is still wrong.
They're wrong with more money.
The crypto market is crashing right now.
Yeah, but it crashed before.
I'm not happy. I went from looking like 2 or 3 times a day to I'll check it when I check it. I don't even. It's depressing. I understand why day traders kill themselves. I can't.
Before we get too far, because this Crystal Pepsi thing, actually, there was a great quote here.
Mm-hmm.
So David Novak was the former CEO of Yum Brands, and he was credited with dreaming up the idea. In 2007, he told Fast Company it was the best idea he ever had, but also the worst executed. People were saying we should stop and address some issues along the way, and they were right, Novak said. It would have been nice if I'd made sure the product tasted good.
So here, Mike, I have a simple explanation for NFTs for you. All right.
Denny's Applebee's Max is the premier place in town for people to eat. With NFTs, you can give your customers unique digital goods on the blockchain. Lots of people eat Denny's and Applebee's, and lots of people know about NFTs. You know what this is? People who eat Denny's, Applebee's, and know about NFTs, that's your target audience, baby! And if you just believe in NFTs, then I believe in NFTs, and then they believe in NFTs, and we make all kinds of fucking money!
That's a pretty goddamn good idea.
I hadn't watched South Park in years. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, they have a COVID special. I want to watch it.
Well, the COVID special was the one that I watched. Like 79 bitches. That was the first one that Kim and I watched.
It's like
I couldn't tell you.
It's like a 3-part special though. There's like 3 hours of it.
See? Yeah, but then, like you said, they went to Paramount Plus. I don't have that. So I don't know where I can watch the other ones.
Got Plex? I mean, it's like you got milk, but a little bit different.
All right. Good to know.
So
Yep.
I'll tell you, I have Paramount Plus, and I probably will have Paramount Plus forever because I somehow grandfathered myself into the special deal from Apple, where if you got Paramount Plus, you also got Showtime. So if I ever cancel it, I will lose this deal and not have Paramount Plus and Showtime for the price of just Paramount Plus.
All right.
So if you ever get to have Paramount Plus, let me know. I probably still have it.
All right. You guys want to break into a game for a little bit?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we're going to play this game
why
called Shit Happens. We're not going to play it necessarily. We're going to play it kind of close to the way that it's supposed to be played, but not quite because we can't really hand out cards here. So these cards are rated between 0 and 100. Okay?
Do we need pen and paper?
It might not be a bad idea just to track your points.
Okay.
Just track your points.
Okay.
All right. So, for example, enema is around 10. Getting an enema is around 10. A surgeon amputating the wrong leg, that's closer to 100. All right?
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you read? What?
So, it's a scale.
What
The
was the
misery
wrong
index is a scale from 0 to 100. Enema is at the far lower end of the scale. It's around like a 9. Okay?
Okay, I've never had an enema, but I've expected an enema to be somewhat uncomfortable. But okay, I've learned something new.
All right. A surgeon amputating the wrong leg, on the other hand, closer to 100.
Okay.
All right. It's very near the top. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a situation, and all you have to do is give me a number of where this ranks on the misery index. And then whoever is closest, and we won't do Price is Right rules, whoever's closest, period, will get the point. All right? And I will tell you some of these are worse than the other. Okay? So we'll start off relatively easy. Finding a live rat in your toilet. Where does that rank on the 0 to 100 misery index? So, Colin, where do you think it ranks?
17.
17. Mike, how about you?
9.
It is a 30, according to the card. So Colin gets it.
Okay, now I'm understanding better what's going on here. Okay.
Okay. Next one.
I'm not, because I think that's bullshit.
Next one. Oh. Clogging the toilet at a wedding reception. Not yours, just someone else you know.
That raises questions, though.
No, you don't get any more details. Just clogging the toilet at a wedding reception of someone you know.
All right, so now I got a frame of reference on there. Okay. All right.
I'm
going to say
Mike?
66.
All right. Colin?
I had 65.
Technically, Colin is closer. It's only 16 and a half, according to this game.
This is...
What?
Hey, I read the cards. I read the cards.
Have they never seen any movies? I mean, if you watch the movie, a character having a rat in their toilet is, so what? That's nothing.
Okay, here we go. Here's another one.
Toilet at a wedding? That's half the movie.
Okay.
That's the inciting thing. They end up hanging out of the... that sounds like Mr. Safid.
Yes. All right, here we go. Finding Grandpa's diary and reading that he was a Nazi. Finding Grandpa's diary and reading that he was a Nazi. Where does that rank?
The autobiography of J. Michael Straczynski. Right?
So So, Colin, we'll go with you first.
Well, see, that's life destroying. I happen to know that from reading the book, so I'm going to say 80.
80. Okay, Mr. Shathid.
This is bullshit. Who you tell? You find that crapper Nazi hotel. You tell no one.
But it still hurts inside.
It's a be $1 douchebag. Say one.
One. And Colin still is closer. It's 55. 55. All right, Colin is racking up the points. All right, here we go. I think Mr. Shathid might have a leg up on this one, though. So he might have some inside knowledge. That's why we're going to go to him first. Falling into a septic tank, and it is not empty. It definitely has some quantity in it. All right. So 0 to 100.
This situation, Mr. Shetid say, like coming over Shetid house to watch Super Bowl. See what Mr. Shetid do there?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Number 78.
78. Okay. Colin.
I actually kept it to my grandfather Nazi and kept that at 80.
At 80. Mike wins. Mike wins. It's 41. It's 41. Mr. Shathid
Still say bullshit.
On the board with one. Oh, my God. Holy crap. All right. Now we're going to get uncomfortable. All right.
Holy crap. Name of church.
Your spouse walks in and catches you masturbating a dog. On 0 to 100. How miserable is that?
I'm leaving.
Excuse me.
What?
That's what the card says.
What?
It says spouse catches you masturbating a dog.
What?
It is a weird ass game.
Okay, I'm going to use random.org and come up with 76.
76. All right. Mike, how about you?
Is it your dog? I mean, I don't know. What are the rules here?
It just says a dog.
91.
91. Mike gets the card. He knows the most about masturbating dogs. He is the closest. It's 87.
What was it?
87.
Okay.
87.
The first time you're holding it with your fingers over the numbers, so we're like,
yeah.
Okay, it's a card. Thanks.
All right. Here's another fun one. Remember, we are playing the game Shit Happens.
Real quick, before you do this.
Yeah.
Teresa and Cisco, I'm not posting your stuff up because of the delay, so y'all are going to have to keep your own scores and do the honor system here.
Yeah. All right. Another situation that both of you probably have experience in. All right. Coworker steals your lunch. Coworker steals your lunch on the misery index from 0 to 100. Where does that rank? So I think we went with Colin first last time, so Mike will go to you. Coworker stealing your lunch. 5. All right. Colin.
I had 11.
11. And Mike wins it. It's a 7. Oh, we're all tied up now. It's 3 to 3. All right, so being buried alive. Where does that rank on the misery index? 0 to 100. Being buried alive. Some of the ones we've talked so far about: find Grandpa's diary, he was a Nazi, clogging the toilet at a wedding reception, a live rat in your toilet, coworker stealing your lunch, spouse catches you masturbating a dog, which we had a big discussion about, and falling into a septic tank. So Colin, being buried alive, where 92. Does that rank? 92.
92.
Mike?
93.
93, and the answer is 100. That is as bad as it gets, according to this misery index.
I thought about saying 100 just based off. I'm like, well, that's pretty much worse than getting your wrong leg amputated because, well, you're dying. But
but you can still punch your way out like the bride.
All right. Here's one.
But if your limb is amputated, then you won't have it to punch. Go ahead.
Your sibling hits on you. Not like physical. We're talking about how you doing. All right. Your sibling hits on you. Where does that fall in the misery index? And there's no step. There's no like in-law. It's a sibling.
Okay. Random.org gave me 70.
70. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Mike?
42.
You are closer. It is 54.5.
Who decides this is the question.
The makers of the game.
Use random.org.
You know?
That's why I started using random.org, because I didn't think to say... I mean, I am setting ranges, so I don't come up with 2 for that, but...
All right, here's one that I don't understand why this would happen, but maybe it would. I don't know. Around Halloween time, they seem to get everywhere. A razor blade in your sock.
Ow.
A razor blade in your sock. Where does that rank on the misery index?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. Like now I'm hearing Steve Harvey. Where's the 100 people?
Yes.
How uncomfortable is it to have a razor blade in your sock?
Well, Steve, we all play the banjo, and we'd like to play you a song. The most annoying part of that whole show is them playing stuff. How's it going? It's that good. It's going that
Razor
good.
blade in the sock, huh?
Yep, Mike.
Whoa. I'm going to go 42 again.
42. Colin.
29.
Colin is really close. It's 26.5. All right. Last one. Let's see here. Just grab one out of the middle. No, we don't want that one. That one's not good. I don't think we're going to do that one either because it's too close to another one we did. We're going to go with a horse kick to the crotch. A horse kick to the crotch. Where does that line up on the misery index?
I don't have to randomize that. That's 30.
That's 30. Colin knows. He knows it's 30. Mike, what do you think it is?
A horse kick to the crotch.
Yes.
With 100 being the most painful. And Colin says it's 30?
No, it's
30.
Painful. It's not most painful. It's misery. That's a short-term misery. It's not like you're...
Oh, the hell it is. I'm saying 100 on this one.
Okay, and Colin actually really good. 49.
Lies and fabrications. Lies and fabrications. No horse kicks you in the crotch without lasting damage that turns into misery. Lies and This game was obviously created by women. This is bullshit.
Well, I've actually seen horse kicks to the crotch on YouTube and people, shooing horses and stuff. So that's what I was going after.
That's the weird porn.
Like that, like those ads we're seeing for Jackass, where someone goes and just stands in the middle with their legs stretched out, and they bring a horse up and have it, get a full-on shot. Yes, if you're doing that, then I'll give it a 90.
Oh. Now, you both tied, by the way. It was 5 points apiece. It's 5 points
That's
apiece.
the way it should be.
Yes. So everybody's a winner. That's the way that it works. Oh. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. Interesting situations. You could almost take those same cards and do a would you rather.
That game, yeah. That game with alcohol,
yeah.
Oh, forget it.
Can you imagine? It won't hurt that much. Go ahead, try it. Try it. I guarantee it won't hurt that much.
Yeah, there's an entire industry around that. It's called Jackass. Which I will say right now, I am a proud member of the never actually having watched anything that's Jackass in my life.
I've probably seen clips. I know I haven't watched any of the movies. The closest I got was the Johnny Knoxville action park movie. That was as close as it gets.
Yeah,
I did watch Jackass. I also watched the Dukes of Hazzard movie, which was close to a Jackass movie.
Oh, I like that movie, though. I'm one of the weird ones that actually likes that movie.
Well, I like that movie, too. But what was the other one? Walking Tall, where he played the deputy to The Rock.
Yeah, probably.
That was kind of close to a Jackass movie, too, where he played the comic relief. So we should... next show, this would be a good one that if we could get the phone working somehow.
Yes.
This way we could play against
against a
listener. That would be good.
Yeah. We will do that. So, speaking
of
pressure. Yeah, no. Speaking of movies that we haven't seen, have you guys watched Yeah.
You grew up on Jerry Springer, Cops, and Beavis and Butthead. Well, I don't know if that's where you were going.
Have we got news for you? No, we'll go that way now. So, Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead and many other things, just put out a statement about a possible Paramount Plus movie, which is amazing. But Beavis
I'm all about this.
Beavis and Butthead as middle-aged morons in a teaser for upcoming movie, and we're even given drawings of them and what they might look like, which is great. So yeah, I'm in favor of this. I'm one of those silly people that thought that the Beavis and Butthead movie was kind of funny. I watched Daria quite a bit, actually. That was a good spinoff I liked. And, yeah. It was good.
I would love to see what happened to Beavis and Butthead when they grew up. I don't know. Seeing that drawing, I was like, I'm all about this. I may have to subscribe to Paramount Plus just to watch this movie because this would be better than like Fuller House. This would be better than the Connors coming back. This could be the revival.
All they need to do is also bring back the Celebrity Deathmatch Wrestling or whatever, the Claymation Wrestling.
Oh yeah, yes.
I think they did for half a heartbeat there. Oh yes, that was the movie. Beavis and Butthead Do America. That's right.
Yes, that was it.
Oh. Shut up. Shut up, Butthead.
Celebrity Deathmatch ran from 1998 to 2002, aired 75 episodes. It was the most popular cartoon alongside Beavis and Butthead and Daria. So,
there you go.
It was even exported to Germany.
What do you mean right where they left off? Did Beavis and Butthead get old at the end of Do America or something? Did I miss something? Because I think them being middle-aged, balding and fat. What?
Evidently, MTV is going to bring back several shows from that era because it looks like Celebrity Deathmatch is coming back in 2022 as well on Paramount Plus.
Oh, really now?
That's As of 2022, the revival from 2006 is available. Oh, is available to watch. Oh, is available. Damn it! I thought they were going to do it.
It's the 2006 version.
Well, they were going to do. They were going to do a 2019 one with Ice Cube.
Yeah, that seems to have disappeared.
Ah, too bad. Damn it. Well,
it probably was taken out and by COVID in 2020.
Yeah, probably.
But, you know.
They were going to do a film adaptation of Celebrity Deathmatch.
Of Celebrity Deathmatch? What? How the hell would that work?
All I'm thinking is it's a claymation version of that the Hulk Hogan movie where he's the wrestler. I forget what it's called, but yeah, No Holds Barred, I think is what it was actually called.
Hulk Hogan wasn't in No Holds Barred. That was Roddy Piper.
Was it?
And Dirk Benedict and the Tonga Kid.
No, he was in it. He's on the cover.
Hulk Hogan was it?
Yeah.
No, what?
Yeah. He was R.I.P. Yeah, a TV network boss, Kurt Fuller, pits a wrestler called Zeus against a wrestler called R.I.P., played by Hulk Hogan, in a racial match.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of a different one. Hold on.
You're thinking like Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone.
I'm thinking of a movie called Body Slam. Dirk Benedict, Roddy Piper, Tanya Roberts, Captain Lou Albano.
Yeah. Dirk Benedict. I think that was one of his few roles beyond the A-Team because he was ostracized by Hollywood.
He was Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica.
Well, yes, but I think he wasn't in a lot of stuff other than those two.
I gotta look up Dirk Benedict. Now you gotta make me.
Yeah. I mean, he was, like once every couple of years, but that's it,
No, you know what? You're right. I'm surprised by that, actually.
He was, he was in a movie called Space Ninjas. Boy, that sounds like it's right up our alley.
Yeah, it do. I think it might actually be on our on our list.
Oh, not with a budget of $20,000, it won't be. It won't make it to the list. Let's put it that way.
No, that's true.
That must have. I can't imagine what they paid Dirk Benedict. If the whole budget was $20,000, hey, here's a corn dog. Alrighty. I was going to ask you guys. Speaking about movies, though, have you guys had a chance to watch Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Yeah,
I have not.
Okay.
Dave.
All right, Mike. That's another one you're going to have to watch. That's a good one.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Okay.
It's much better than the female Ghostbusters show.
That's not saying much.
Well, this was a worthy sequel.
Yes, it is an actual Ghostbusters movie.
Yep. So, let's see here. What else do we got before we get into our double feature movie review, which we do every show?
Starting in 15 minutes.
Yes. New Year's Eve. We counted down New Year's Eve on our last show, and we know some people probably had a rough day the next day. It probably wasn't. It may have woken up with a headache, may have woken up on the second. You never know. Some people party way too hard. I know for me, I tried to actually get to bed early, but I couldn't go to sleep. It was just ridiculous. I think we went to bed around like 10 o'clock, but I just could not fall asleep no matter what I tried. I think I was up to like 2:30 in the morning, not partying, just unable to go to sleep. There's a quote from one particular New Year's Eve party that we got that I think is probably so far quote of the year, When there is a party where alcohol, drugs, and assault rifles are present, it's a recipe for disaster. Well, that's got to be the truest sentence ever uttered by anybody anywhere. 3 people are dead and 4 more injured after a shooting at a Mississippi New Year's Eve party. Now, everybody know ain't no party like a Mississippi New Year's Eve party, but this is going a bit far. All right.
Yeah, I got to agree.
It happened just minutes before the end of 2021. What a way to end up the year. Initial investigation by police revealed a large crowd had gathered outside for a party to celebrate New Year's Eve. During the party, a physical altercation ensued and quickly escalated to shots being fired by multiple individuals. Shell casings from handguns and assault rifles were found at the scene. The police officers estimate more than 50 shots were fired during the deadly incident. Now, it's really nothing to laugh about, but, when you say 50 shots at a New Year's Eve party, usually you don't think they're gunshots.
No. In fact, I don't know if I want to be at a party where those kinds of shots are being...
Yeah, no. Harrison County coroner identified a 23-year-old, a 28-year-old, a 22-year-old, all passed away. Of those wounded, not deceased, 1 person remains in critical condition, and other 3 individuals sustained non-life-threatening injuries. No arrests have been made, and the investigation is ongoing, said police. This was on the 1st. 50 shots fired, and nobody had been charged yet. You're doing a great job, Mississippi. Way to make us look good.
Yeah, listen, if plain and simple, and I'm not saying this to try and jump into this topic, but if I'm at a party, especially a New Year's party where I know at midnight things are going to get especially crazy, and Kyle Rittenhouse comes waltzing in, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean the dude with the gun. I'm leaving. I want nothing to do with it. There's alcohol involved. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Peace out. I got to go watch Ryan Seacrest from my couch.
I got to go see if Dunkelman made a reappearance. I got
to go figure out who Seacrest is co-hosting with this year because I still have no idea who that was. By the way,
I think it was just a drunk homeless man. I mean, really, they just gave him a bottle of booze and said, "Here, be a co-host."
I gotta ask the question: Did you guys? Which New Year's show did you guys watch?
I didn't watch any, but I saw some of the clips on YouTube.
So, Colin, which one did you watch?
I don't watch New Year's shows.
Andy Cohen, is probably from.
Well, no, that's actually. Well, yeah, that's the highlight reel. But I was watching Channel 7, and they showed a guy proposing, right after the ball dropped on camera, right, and it was revealed the next day that he proposed like 2 weeks ago, and the producers made them reenact it for the ratings.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Andy Cohen is an alcoholic national treasure, and he needs to be protected.
So what's weird though is Andy Cohen said that he was overserved. All right, during New Year's Eve, he was the one pouring the drinks on live television.
Oh God, he was beyond. It's not the real journey. It's not the real journey. It's not. It's not Anderson.
And then the whole thing about de Blasio.
Oh God. He literally was speaking for New York. right then and there. Oh my God.
For a drunk, soon-to-be hungover New York.
I mean, the only thing Anderson Cooper could have done at that point was drop his pants. That's about the only way he was going to get him to shut up.
Oh, it was such... Anderson was trying to hold... I saw the clips. Anderson was trying to hold it together so much.
Oh, God. Yes, he was.
I mean, it was it was insane.
Like, and the memes the next day. I mean, I shared one on my Facebook page, and I just said, if you know, you know. And it's like, when your 401k is fully vested and you're ready to put in that 2 weeks notice, and it's just Andy. Oh God, it was beautiful, and I'm so disappointed that I didn't watch it. Like, I stopped watching it or watching them a while back just because, well, I don't know. Kim and I always like the musical acts elsewhere, but
it was just
God, Andy Cohen. And then he just plays it off like nothing happened, man.
Well, they were drawing comparisons. They did a side-by-side, like, kind of thing of his voice and Dick Clark on the last one that he hosted.
Oh, that's
was
just
the meanest thing ever. Man. It was the meanest thing ever.
That is distasteful as hell. But that's that. No, I can't get behind that one.
Yeah. Andy Cohen said in a statement, "I won't be shamed for it. I had a blast. Anderson had a blast. We left and we were like, that was fun. What a fun New Year's Eve." No apologies for my drinking on New Year's Eve. None, he says in an interview with Sirius XM.
Yeah, apparently he apologized to Ryan Seacrest. Did not apologize to Journey because he still thinks that it's not really Journey if it's not Steve Perry.
I doubt they're going to dig him up,
Well, Steve Perry didn't die.
I thought Steve Perry died.
No, he didn't die. I believe he left I thought he left the band because he had some kind of throat issue.
Oh,
and I don't want to say throat cancer, but...
Still hesitant to undergo surgery and now upset his bandmates. Perry announced that he was permanently leaving Journey. Okay, yep. Okay, so he's not dead yet.
No.
Not dead yet.
They replaced him with a guy from the Philippines.
But, who was really good at karaoke. That was...
Yeah.
Only here. So yeah, I like I said, I enjoyed seeing the clips. I'm not going to sit there and watch the whole thing. It's just not going to happen.
Oh no, there's 3 parts. He when they toast to Betty White, when he goes off about Journey, and when he goes off on De Blasio. Those are the 3. Yeah. That's it. Those are the bullet points. That's the highlight reel right there.
Yeah. He says, I did kind of wind up throwing ABC under the bus, and that is my only regret from the night, because I really like Ryan Seacrest. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Oh. So, yeah. Somebody says, if Andy's setting the tone for 2022, I think we can expect a lot of fun. But yeah, it was just it was fun. But you notice that one didn't involve gunfire, so that's why it was okay. As long as your event doesn't involve gunfire, unless it's actually like a shooting event, then we're okay with it. So, all right, and lastly. I sent a video we're not going to be able to play because of copyright reasons, but Rambo the orangutan. Mike, I sent this mainly to make you smile. Did you like seeing the orangutan drive the golf cart around the senior citizen center?
No, it scares the bejesus out of me, man. It absolutely scares me.
You know,
It's bad enough that we got self-driving cars. Now I got orangutans going to be driving too? Jack. The only benefit is it means that you could remake Cannonball Run 2 without a stunt car.
You could. You put him in the front seat, and there you go. Although I still have to watch Cannonball.
That's a movie that needs to be remade.
I need to watch Cannonball Run 3. That I need to watch.
3?
Yes, 3. Well, technically, it's not called that because they couldn't get Burt Reynolds back in it, but it is called Speed Zone. But the original,
that's not Cannonball Run.
working,
no, that's a knockoff of.
It was supposed to be Cannonball Run 3. It was written and directed to be Cannonball Run 3, but because they could not get the proper actors, they renamed it. And
with John Candy?
A little bit. Yes.
With John Candy?
Yes, because I was looking, because after I learned about all of the Smokey and the Bandit remakes, I had no idea existed, or prequels. Then I went looking for Cannonball Run.
I watched it. I saw it. Don't bother. Just don't. Okay? Trust me. I remember very little about the movie, but I just remember watching it saying, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was 12. Don't watch it.
Well, maybe it got better with age,
Stupid.
Mike. Maybe your sense of comedy.
Yeah, so did, yeah, okay. Yeah, it got better with age. Yeah, like vinegar.
Oh, all right. I think we'll go ahead and kick off into the double feature movie review because this week we have a couple of interesting films to look at. We have The All-Nighter on, I believe that one's on Amazon Prime. And then we also have what was the other one? The other one was, what was the other one called? I forget because it's forgettable.
Point Blank.
Point Blank. Yes, Point Blank. On Netflix. So, Colin, do you want to kick us off first with these?
Sure. Okay, I'll choose to go first. What movie are we doing first?
Let's do Point Blank first.
Okay, Point Blank. Not to be confused with Point Break. There was some confusion on my side when we were figuring out the title for this to watch it. Let's see. I watched that one first, and I've just gone blank on it.
Anthony Mackie, Frank Grillo.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, yes. So, as you can tell, this movie had a deep impression on me, where I could barely remember seeing it. So I saw this movie all of a long time ago, which was yesterday. Oh my goodness! This movie has completely left my brain. It's amazing. So Anthony Mackie plays a nurse whose wife is going to have a baby, and then there's these two brothers who. When the movie starts, you don't know what's going on with them, other than one of them is coming out of some house and is running to find the other one, and then he gets hit by a car. So Anthony Mackie's wife gets kidnapped because he's the nurse for the guy who got hit by the car, and then standard movie. Corrupt cops trying to stop them from being exposed as corrupt cops, and then they play relay with the pregnant wife, and then in the end of the movie, baby is born. I mean, the entire plot writes itself. I'm not sure what Anthony Mackie was doing in this movie. Maybe he agreed to this before he became famous because of being in a Marvel movie. I don't know. All I know is that this movie is a cough. and I don't really have anything else to say other than if you like movies about people who are being blackmailed into helping other people because they've kidnapped their extremely pregnant wife, maybe this movie is for you. Mostly spent this entire movie going, I don't really care about any of these people. I don't really care about the pregnant wife. It's just people running around, and that's just it. Anyway, it's cough. I don't remember exactly what cough is, but it's a cough.
It's a cough. All right. Mike, you want to go next, or you want me to? Doesn't matter.
Sure, I'll go next.
All right.
So, this is the first and hopefully only movie that I've ever watched and reviewed while suffering the effects of COVID. This guy's pretty tough. He didn't die when he got hit by a car. So, let's see how the stories all tie together. Not a good look when Captain America is getting beat to hell in a hospital like that. The police lieutenant, her name, she deliberately decided not to have kids. How selfish of her, right, Pope? Someone tell me why the Prius has no headrest. This is a movie, not a TV show, and there's nobody in the back seat. The Prius should have headrests. Now there's a fight in a car wash. This is a first for me. This may be This may be the first movie to actually stage a fist fight in a car wash while the car, not in a car, but in a car wash. They talk about Metal Gear Solid, and that was actually the game that made me want a PlayStation. I did not see that twist coming with the cop. They show this green Honda Civic, and true story, if that Honda Civic had its back bumper held on by pop rivets, I would have swore that they had Kim's old car and used it for the movie. I'm going to tell you something. This pregnant woman, she is a badass bitch, and he better marry her twice because she's having contractions, and she still kicked this dude's ass. But, look, I don't know. This movie was not great by any means. It was mildly entertaining at some points, but the acting was so subpar for half the cast. Marcia Gay Harden, terrible in this role. Anthony Mackie, underutilized. I'm going with a meh, mainly because I don't have strong feelings about this movie either way. It's just, it's there.
All right, my turn. So, a lot's already been said about this movie. The one thing that hasn't been said is I kept waiting for his damn wings to come out from a backpack and fly around the damn set, all right? He is, that's who he is. He can't play these characters anymore. Your typecast is Marvel, man. Get over it. You can't be an emotional, vulnerable, not kick-ass guy. I don't care even if you are a nurse, all right? And it just, that got me out, kind of almost immediately when he gets his butt handed to him in the hospital. I really wanted him to be like a former like Marine who was now doing nursing duty, or something like that. I wanted him to have like a history, but we didn't really get a whole lot of character development on these people before we got thrown into the movie, right? All we saw was what we saw, and I just, like the other two, I wasn't terribly impressed. I was mildly kept into it. But there was a lot of time where I'm like, okay, this is transparent, this is easy, this is, taking the easy way out. And I didn't see a lot of, apart from Anthony Mackie and Frank Grillo, there isn't much talent shown in this movie as far as character actors go. All right? You could probably believe these two somewhat, although Frank Grillo is a little bit of, a question mark of whether you can believe him in this role or not, just because he's played this role so many damn times. All right. One thing that I do want to point out that neither of my co-hosts did was the director of this movie also directed another movie that we've reviewed, which kind of explains why this movie is the way it is. Joe Lynch also directed Knights of Badassdom, which we have reviewed here on the show. So if you need any idea about why the direction is the way that it is, you can look no further than that movie. All right? Maybe if Peter Dinklage had been in this, he would have done better. I don't know. All right? But I'm with Mike. I'm going to give it a meh because that's where it was at for me. But you definitely can do better with especially those two leads. All right. Colin, you're up for All Nighter.
Okay, All Nighter. J.K. Simmons, Emil Hirsch, basically are riding in a car the entire movie together. It's kind of a road trip movie, even though they never leave the city, and they actually go to the same place multiple times. But basically, it's a road trip movie. J.K. Simmons is trying to find his daughter. Emil Hirsch is playing the daughter's ex-boyfriend, and his apartment is the first. Oh, I guess it was house. Anyway, his place is the first place. J.K. Simmons is trying to find his daughter, and then kind of semi-employs him for the rest of the movie to accompany him trying to find her. Meet lots of characters. I mean, you have lots of L.A. area comedians, like from Kristen Schaal to Taran Killam, and they just kind of go from place to place, meet lots of people. And find the daughter, I guess. So this is not a Liam Neeson go and beat people up to find the daughter. This isn't Taken. This is, just trying to find where she is and meeting everybody, from person to person who knows her to try to figure out where she is. What came up with this movie is, this is a very situational movie, meaning you have to be in the right mind frame to enjoy this movie. If you're looking for something that's going to raise your pulse, give you some excitement, this is not the movie. But this isn't a movie to soothe you either. So what we came up with is, this is not a movie that will get you stoned, but it is a movie to watch while you're stoned. Okay? Says someone who's never been stoned. But I like this movie a lot, mostly because it basically, if he ever said, it's the old, I'd watch him read the phone book for an hour. This is kind of, if you ever thought I'd watch J.K. Simmons read a phone book for an hour, this is the movie for you. It's just basically see J.K. Simmons for the length of the movie, being J.K. Simmons. He's not really playing any special character other than a character you would expect J.K. Simmons to be. I'm going to give this movie a smile because I was pretty relaxed while watching this movie, and it kept me there.
So if you'd have had an edible, you might have been like a smile, like a Schneikes or something. That's what you're saying. All right, Mike.
Most
you're
of
up.
the movie people in this movie are on drugs already. So if you're on drugs, this is probably something to watch.
All right, Mike, your turn.
So, 15 minutes into this movie, and I think I have heard every hippie / vegan / beatnik stereotype joke that has ever been written. 23 minutes in, this is never a good sign. When I'm 23 minutes in, and I'm wondering if this is going to turn into an entire movie of them talking to other hippie types, trying to find his daughter / his ex. And if it does, I'm going to be pissed off. Now we meet Hippie Barista, the yoga hippie. Wait, she got armpit hair? Did I miss what? That got dark real quick when and I'm not talking about the no, I'm not talking about the you look like a rapist joke, even though the guy does. But it got dark pretty quick while they were in the bar with that dude. J.K. Simmons is a badass. That's it. That's the point. That's the tweet. Let me just say that from my experience, and kids, this is your Uncle Mike giving you some life advice here. Anytime that an ex's parent is giving you advice, life advice, it's not a good sign. It's time to tuck and roll. Gut bait and run. Jump out the plane, parachute or not. But at this point, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I started getting into this movie. And maybe it's because after all of this time, the chemistry between the characters played by Hirsch and Simmons started to shine. And the story started to gel. So at that point, I said, this is actually pretty good. So I'm going to give this a smile also. It took a while to get there for everything to gel. But if you can get through that first half hour, maybe by then, if your edibles start wearing off, you'll get there. Trust me. So I'm gonna give it a smile.
All right. So luckily, I picked the right all-nighter movie to watch because there is another one which is a 80s like college beach movie that I didn't watch. So I watched the right one, luckily. Now, Mike's right. The beginning of this movie, an uncomfortable dinner with Dad. It's kind of played out. It's seen it, done it. All right, this is all of the Fockers, or Meet the Fockers, or whatever in the hell you want to call it. That's what this is. All right, and then I got to watching it a little bit longer. I'm like, nope. This is if the Farmers representative went with the "Hey, dude, where's my car?" movie the whole time. That's what this is. This is Ashton Kutcher looking for his car with the insurance rep there. That's all it. Because all I wanted him to say is Farmers. I wanted him to say the line, and he never said it. They should have worked that into the script somehow. I don't know how, but they should have. But the guy falling apart because the girl left him, totally believable. But Jimothy, it's like Timothy with a J. Nah. What else? That guy just. Odd. Jimothy. All right. But yes, it was very much a feature of Hirsch and Simmons for, you probably could have condensed it down to 45 minutes if you really want to be honest and just get it down to that part and you'd had a great movie. Great little mini made for TV movie. All right. You can get rid of some of the other garbage that you don't need. I don't really need all of the mushroom tripping, all right? Although the visuals of how mushroom tripping works I think, are probably great. But the guy going, I'm going to let it shine, running down the street naked. That is funny, all right? If you didn't at least laugh at that part, I don't know what to tell you. So, like Mike, I also am going to give this a smile because I found it mildly amusing and just... Hirsch and Simmons are good, and anytime that you can get Seeger played on the banjo at the end, I think it is a winner. So smile from me.
Yay. About the same for everybody.
All right. So now we have to think about our next set of movies to watch.
All right, 1 to 46.
15.
On YouTube.
Uh-oh. Doesn't mean it's going to be there anymore.
Well, let's find out if it's still there.
What is it?
It's still there. The Last Shark.
Is it 1981 film? Is that what it is? No?
Yep. This is the one that was the frame for pretty much scene for scene ripoff of Jaws.
Oh.
Apparently, it even has a riff tracks version on YouTube. Not that I would make you watch the one, but decisions.
You can watch both, okay? You can be happy. You can watch both. All right, next up, because I'm not looking forward to that one. 43.
Okay, this is a Netflix one, and I know it's there. The Old Guard.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is
It's Charlize Theron.
I've seen this. Have you seen this yet, Mike?
I've seen this.
Colin, have you watched it yet?
No, because I added it to the list because I wanted to watch it.
Okay. Well, that'll be great. That'll be a good watch then. I'll rewatch it. It's okay. They're supposed to be coming out with a sequel, so
Yes,
keep
I
that in
heard
mind.
that.
Yep. So, all right. Because evidently the
there's
books.
several here at the end of the list that I wanted to watch, so I put them on the list.
Yep. Charlize Theron has confirmed the Old Guard 2 is in the works. Which, by the way, I read that the Ready Player 2 is also potentially coming to film.
Yeah, that's surprising.
So I have not read the book, although I did get it in audiobook. So we'll see.
I will tell you, I have the audiobooks. I have not gotten through them.
Oh, okay.
As popular as those books are, I find the writing style just not for me.
And Will Wheaton's voice can't.
Surprisingly not for me.
Will Wheaton's voice can't get you over the hump, can it? Because
No.
he voiced him. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Nothing wrong with the performance.
Oh, okay. So before we end the show, let's talk about a follow-up on a subject that we talked about before. Fresh Prince. We talked about it a while ago. There was a fan-made trailer made for What If...
2020. I
What
looked
if...
back and found it was in 2020.
What if Fresh Prince was a drama and not a comedy? All right. And at the time, it gained some really good attention on social media to the point where Will Smith actually reached out and talked to the producer of it and said, hey, let's work on getting this greenlit. And so the reboot is slated for Peacock under the name Bel Air, which is set to be released February 13th. So coming up next month. So it looks like that project actually did get off the ground, which is great. We always love it when these kind of pet projects go and happen. And, it'd be interesting to see where that lines up. If they keep the dark and the gritty, or if they, I don't know if a total drama would sell very well.
Well, I think one thing is looking through it is they're being very careful not trying to replicate all the original actors. And I mean, they're taking the idea of why was this guy who was in Philly and had problems and then got shipped across the country. So what if you take it from being a sitcom and just taking the story and making it a drama?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I think the best thing is they didn't come up with a clone of Alfonso Ribeiro. The new Carlton is a completely different character, so that's good.
Yeah.
That I think was actually the more between as dangerous as the actual Will Smith character is, the actual Fresh Prince. The Alfonso character, I think that's the biggest issue. So we'll see.
Yep. Also, just I don't know we haven't talked about gaming in a while, and we do got a few extra minutes before the show's up. So I, gaming consoles are hot and hard to find right now. They can be very tricky to get a hold of, especially for regular MSRP pricing. So my wife and I were talking, and she talked me into buying a Switch, which I know shouldn't take a lot of convincing, right? But and I actually found one for regular price. But the terrible thing is right now, I ordered it back on December 24th. It still has not gotten here yet. All the shipping information that I've received thus far is a USPS tracking number that just says that the carrier picked up the package. That's it. Now, last time this happened, it was on an $800 processor, and it never got to my house.
Oh. I have lost so many packages lately. I mean, it's crazy.
And I mean, it's USPS, so, it is supposed to be here Wednesday. We will find out if it. What's killing me is I got all the accessories. I bought like extra nunchucky thingies. I got the extra controllers. I got all that stuff, and it's not here. So yeah, I got all that stuff.
Now, what kind of Switch was it? So I can estimate how.
It is the. I'll tell you exactly what it was. It was the HAC001-01. So it was the original.
Okay, it's the original Switch. Because the hardest one to find is the OLED version.
Yes, but that's also like another $150 more than the original.
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to figure which one it was. Because, like, the Switch Lite, you can pick those up in town.
Well, yeah, but that's because nobody wants them, right?
No, I know. I agree. That's why I just was trying to figure out what kind it was.
And what's crazy is, so I bought this from, I bought this on Amazon. But it comes through a reseller, and I think that's part of the problem is that the reseller is just kind of, I don't know. I emailed them and I said, hey, listen, I got this tracking number, but it says that it was picked up and I got nothing else after. And they're like, yeah, we've had that problem with USPS before. I'm like, okay, well, it is the mail, but if that doesn't get here by the date that it says it's supposed to be here, you can bet I'm going to ask for a refund and I'm just going to find it someplace else. Because I did find it for the regular price of $299.99. So, but yeah, I got all the crap. I just, now I didn't buy any games yet because I figured, well, those are easy to find, but, or you can just download them, but, we're having Christmas part 3 this weekend. And so I may end up having my daughter bring hers.
So someone in the family did get a PS4. The way they got the PS4 was they got refurb direct from Sony. Sony is selling refurbished PS4s for $250.
Well, yeah, because they're selling the PS5 now, right?
Yes.
So
I was just going to say,
what to find as a PS5.
Nobody's. Although granted, the PS4s are. Everybody's buying everything because they can't buy video cards, right? So you can't do computer gaming, so you're going to do console gaming because it's all that you got.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when and if this ever shows up. But I'm kind of looking forward to it. I haven't had the last Nintendo I had was the Wii. It still sits on a shelf. I don't do anything with it, but mainly it's because it's just me. And I think my daughter took most of the games to her house. So, a Wii by itself doesn't do a whole lot of good.
I actually sold my Wii to a coworker for his daughters because his broke.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. So, but I did also get my arcade machine working, which is nice. We had the kids over and they were able to play some fighting games on the arcade machine. Nothing like watching old school like Mortal Kombat and and some original N64 Mario Kart racing and stuff like that, through emulation. But still, it was a lot of fun, although I did get a bit tired. The grandkids came over and wanted to play, and all they wanted to play was Mario Party and Pac-Man, because that's about what they understand. I just got really tired after about 6 hours of playing Pac-Man and Mario Party. So, because they need somebody to play with them to explain what the hell's going on. So, anyway, that was that's mine. All right, I think that just about wraps it up for us today. Whoops. And that is very loud. But let's bring that down. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and playing along with us on our home game. Don't forget, we're here every 2 weeks or thereabouts. We'll be back on the 24th, if all is according to schedule. So look for us back on the 20th at 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be right here on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, etc., all the fun stuff, Facebook Live, all those places. Don't forget, you can also check out the show at PTR Radio on all your social media networks, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all that other fun stuff. That's where all of our shows are archived, but you can also sign up for our podcast feed. Go to ptrradio.com and look at the big button that says subscribe me, and that'll show you how to add it on to your favorite player of choice. If you happen to subscribe to our podcast feed, we'd really appreciate it if you would leave a review. Just, give us 5 out of 5 stars, because we deserve it, damn it. And tell people what you think of the show. We'd really appreciate it. And if none of those options work for you, we're on Spotify. So you can check out PTR Radio, probably totally random radio, on Spotify, and you can subscribe to the podcast that way as well. Any of those ways is a good way to also tell your friends how to tune into the show. We appreciate everybody helping to spread the word about the show, and just in general helping us to grow the show naturally, as we have done for many, many years at this point. All right, there's nothing coming up because COVID sucks, but otherwise it is what it is. My big I was going to give an announcement that I was going to be at the convention center again for the annual trivia show, but it's canceled. So the largest trivia show in Illinois canceled again, second year in a row. So anyway, you won't see me there because I won't be there. So, so that's all I got. I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I am Mike the Ape Man.
Stick a fork in us, folks. We are done. Later.